Hello guys, it's Chouzetsu here doing a Beyblade collection video, so I figure it's probably a good time to do this now before Beyblade X comes out, Beyblade Burst is over. So, I'm going to be showing my entire Beyblade Burst collection. I might get stuff eventually in the future for Burst, but for now, this is everything I have and everything I plan to get. Again, I'm sure I'll get more stuff eventually, but there's quite a bit here. I've been collecting since Burst came out in 2015. It's been 8 years, so yeah. I will say I'm only going to be showing bays in this video. I'm not going to get into stadiums and launchers and whatever else, just bays and parts, because I feel like it's already going to be a very long video. So anyway, how I'm going to be setting this up is I'm going to be going over basically every single line of bays. We're going to start with the single layers, going all the way up to like the DB stuff. Each sort of line will have two segments. The first will be kind of the mainline stuff, and then we'll have a second with the recolors from that line. Excluding any limited edition stuff, so those will be excluded from this part of the video. After that, though, I will also do the remake lines, Bakuten, Shoot, then Metal Fight in the same style. Then all of my extra parts, in probably a couple different segments, like depending on the part type. And then finally, we will get to the limited edition stuff, anything that is kind of rare or harder to get in some way. So, yeah. But with that said, I do have Hasbro stuff as well. So we're actually gonna do all of my Hasbro bays very quickly first here. I just want to get them out of the way and not to worry about them later in the video. So let's just go ahead and knock these out now. So here we have Kirbyus and Horasude. These are my two Hasbro bays. I bought them right when they came out in America, and didn't like them, and I never looked back for Hasbro. Never liked them since day one, and I'm very glad I did not get involved with them after what they did to Burst, so this is my entire Hasbro Burst collection. I could not care less about Hasbro Burst. It's awful. That's all there is to say about them, so yeah. Alright, now we get into the actual part of the video here with the single layers, the mainline single layers, the recolors or limited edition stuff. So, see in the front here we have Valkyrie, Spriggan, Ragnarok, and Kirbyus, the original 4. Some other bays like Death Scyther, Wyvern, Trident, which is pretty hard to get nowadays, Odin, Horasude, these two from the sets, Minoboros and Unicorn, also pretty hard to come by, Excalibur, Evil Eye, another prize bay, Neptune, Yggdrasil, and Chaos. Pretty cool bays. I really like the single layers a lot. They're just nice and simple, good times. But yeah, let's get into the recolors of these now. Alright, and here are my recolors for single layers. Actually, more than I thought, but yes, we have a lot of Valkyries here. We have the Start Dash set version, the recolor booster, then these three from, these two from Random Booster Volume 1, this one from Random Booster Volume 2, this one from Random Booster Volume 9. Then for Spriggans, we have this one, then these three. So 4 of the same one, or no, I'm wrong actually. This is from the recolor booster. They're very similar colors, my bad. This is from the recolor booster. These 3, plus this one, are from Random Booster Volume 1. This one's from the set. And then for Ragnarok's, we have the recolor booster, this one and this one from Random Booster Volume 1. And the one from the set. For Kirbyus, similar thing here. We have the recolor booster, then these 3 actually are from Random Booster Volume 1. Death Scyther, one from the set, and then these 2 from Random Booster Volume 2. Wyvern, this one from the set, and then these 3 from Random Booster Volume 2. And then Odin, just a singular Odin recolor from Random Booster Volume 2. So there you go, all of my single layer recolors. Alright, now here's my entire mainline dual layer collection. So we have, again, the original 4 up here. Victory Valkyrie, Storm Spriggan, Rising Ragnarok, and Kaiser Kirbyus. Wild Wyvern and Dark Death Scyther as well. You got Holy Horasude, Obelisk Odin, Xeno Excalibur. Really rare bay here actually, Yggdrasil, that's gone up in price a lot. Unlike Unicorn, Nova Neptune, Zillion Zeus, Quadcat Skodal, another prize bay. Fang Fenrir. I still hate that this thing was locked in a really obnoxiously expensive set. Anyway, Beast Behemoth, the other 2 set bays, Inferno Ifrit and Psychic Phantom. Lost Longinus, our first left spin bay, another kind of decently rare prize bay, Gigant Gaia. We have Jormungand and Acid Anubis, and these two oddballs here that were released in Beyblade Burst God, Exceedevil and Madman Ouroboros. So, yeah, that's everything for the mainline dual layer collection. Alright, and here are my dual layer recolors. So, first up we have a few different Victory Valkyries here, these two being from Random Booster Volume 3. Then we have the two set ones from the Triple Booster set, and then the Heavy set. Storm Spriggan has a few as well. This one and this one are from Random Booster 3, and then this one is from the set. One Rising Ragnarok from a set, or from a Random Booster 3, sorry about that. Kaiser Kirbyus, Random Booster 3, and then the set. Wild Wyvern, this is from Random Booster Volume 4, this one's from a set. Dark Death Scyther from Random Booster Volume 4, as well as Holy Horror Suit from the same booster. Then Xeno Excalibur, Unlock Unicorn, and Nova Neptune are from Random Booster Volume 5. I forgot to mention this in the start of the video, but any duplicates will also kind of go into the recolor category. I don't have many of them, so I'll just show them here. But so I do have a duplicate Quad Quetzalcoatl, then a Fang Fenrir recolor, as well as Beast Behemoth, Inferno Ifrit, and Psychic Phantom, all from Random Booster Volume 6. Lost Longinus from Random Booster Volume 10. And then a duplicate Exceedevil and a recolor also from Random Booster Volume 6. So there are the dual layer recolors. Alright, now we have all of the mainline God Beys, arguably the rarest line. Probably either this or the single layers, but there's a lot of pricey ones here. Even just God Valkyrie to start off I know has gotten really rare. We have Christ Satan and Blaze Ragnarok. I know Drain Fafnir, this thing is something. Tornado Wyvern, also pretty hard to come by. A few more normal ones here, like, you know, Alter Chronos, Killer Death Scyther, Legend Spriggan, Maximum Gruda. This is another difficult prize bit it gets. We got Plastinius, Guardian Carpius, still hate this thing. Galaxy Zeus, Seek Excalibur, Shelter Regulus, Nightmare Longinus, which I know is getting kind of expensive nowadays. The God Customized set stuff is also pricey with Arc Bahamut and Deep Chaos. Spriggan Requiem, kind of one of the most notable bays of Burst. And we have the last few here with Beaka Gulkin, Twin Nemesis, and Screw Trident. So, yeah, really cool line. One of my favorite lines for sure. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a really, really nice line overall. Now we have my God recolors. You can immediately tell that I stopped caring significantly less about random boosters. Yeah, this is kind of when I stopped caring about random boosters and just started to buy prizes on their own because, they just got annoying to deal with, honestly. So, all we have here, we have the, for one, God Valkyrie recolor from the set, with, of course, the Strike God ship, which is really cool. Also, we have quite a few Christ Satans. We have this one from Random Booster Volume 7, and then these three from Random Booster Volume 9. A duplicate Drain Fafnir. And then we have this Drain Fafnir and a Tornado Wyvern from the God Customized set. This Alter Chronos from Random Booster Volume 8, Guardian Kirbyus from Random Booster Volume 9, and this Guardian Kirbyus. This one, I wasn't sure whether or not to put this in the limited edition category or not, but I believe it was a Hong Kong exclusive Guardian Kirbyus, and it's really not hard to come by at all, so I was kind of split on it, but I decided I'll just put it in the regular recolor section, so there it is, and yeah, that's it for my God recolors. Okay, here are all my Chouzetsu Beys, well, the mainline ones anyway. Got the starting ones here with Winning Valkyrie, Z Achilles, and Emperor Fornius. A couple after that with Bloody Longinus, my least favorite Longinus, and Crash Ragnarok. We got Hell Salamander, Archer Hercules, and Revive Phoenix, the classic meta-destroying trio right there. We got Vice Leopard, Buster Excalibur, Hazard Kirbyus, Geist Fafnir, Dead Hades, one of the harder ones to get from this line. These two, which are really underrated, Left Apollos and Right Artemis, and then first Chouzetsu Awakening Bay with Chouzetsu Valkyrie, and we got Orbagus, the next two Chouzetsu Awakening Bays with Chouzetsu Spriggan and Chouzetsu Achilles, and then the last two here with Air Knight and Dead Phoenix. Honestly, my least favorite line, but it is still pretty good. I just like Burst in general, so still a nice line overall. And now on to Chouzetsu Recolors. Yeah, my trend of just not caring about recolors, random boosters, or whatever, really continues here, as you can tell. Only 7. First up from the triple booster set, we had Z Achilles, and then we also had these two from the the Chouzetsu customized set, my bad. Bloody Longinus and Crash Ragnarok. Then we have these two from Random Booster Volume 22, Hell Salamander and Dead Hades. And from Random Booster Volume 21, of course, Air Knight and Dead Phoenix. That is it. I don't have any other Chouzetsu Recolors here, so yeah, I guess on to the next line. Alright, now we have the GT collection. So first up, we of course have the main three here. Ace Dragon, Slash Valkyrie, and Bushin Ashura. Then we have Wizard Fafnir. Our first kind of weird prize bay, which these you probably could put in the recolor category, but again, I just felt like putting them here. So there's Cosmo Valkyrie. We have a few more, Judgment Joker, Zwei Longinus, and Venom Diablos. And there'll be a prize bay with a Flare Dragon. We got Heaven Pegasus, Dread Bahamut, Lord Spriggan, Union Achilles, another weird prize bay with Tact Longinus. The Infinite Lock Bays with Prime Apocalypse and Regalia Genesis, another Electric Driver here with Imperial Dragon. The first ever flippable bay for the LR stuff with Master Diablos, the last weird prize bay with Naked Spriggan, and our final Infinite Lock Bay with Big Bang Genesis. So, by far the just strangest line in all of Burst, but yeah, here it is. So, yeah, it's definitely something else. And now we have the GT Recolors, and even less, only 6. So first up from the GT Triple Booster set, we have Slash Dragon. From the GT Customized set, we have Cosmo Dragon and Erase Fafnir. From Random Booster Volume 21, we have Cosmo Pegasus, and then we have from the Sparking Triple Booster set, Naked Diablos, and finally, from Random Booster Volume 22, we have Ace Dragon, the purple version of it from that, with the revised Ace base and well, actually the Dragon 2 chip. So anyway, that's all for GT Recolors. Again, just not many overall. And now we have the mainline Sparking collection, so some of the early ones here: Super Hyperion, King Helios, Goliath Ragnarok, Brave Valkyrie, prize base and Sparking are very expensive, by the way, just consistently. So we have Curse Satan here, a few more normal ones like Mirage Fafnir, the Absolute Menace, Rage Longinus, Variant Lucifer, the kind of twin prize bays that are stupidly hard to get, Death Diablos and Abyss Diablos. We got Tempest Dragon, World Spriggan. I mean, everyone knows the notoriety of this thing, Infinite Achilles. Then we have the Limit Break stuff with Hyperion Bird and Helios Volcano, also Lucifer at the end. Another prize bay with Hollow Death Scyther, and the last two here with Jet Wyvern and Death Solomon. So, really nice line. I do like this line quite a bit. I just wish that the prize bays were slightly more accessible. That would have been very, very nice, but I guess they aren't. And here are the Sparking Recolors. Again, not many, although a little bit more than last time, I guess. Slightly. So we have 2 King Fafnirs here. These are from Random Booster Volume 21. Then we have this Curse Satan Recolor from the Sparking Triple Booster set. And then from Random Booster Volume 22, Super Satan. As well as the recolored Infinite Achilles, which actually comes with its own unique part, Infinite Shield. Then from Random Booster Volume 23, we have Hollow Valkyrie. And then from Random Booster 24, we have the recolor of First Uranus. So, pretty nice stuff here. Not a lot of recolors, although Sparking just didn't have a lot of recolors in general. Like Takatomi themselves didn't release many, so this is actually a decent amount of them here, I think, overall. So, not a lot to go over, even if I had a lot of them, but I don't either. So here are the ones that I do have, though. Alright, and for the final, I guess, regular mainline collection here, we have every DB and BU bay. So, starting with the DB stuff, we of course have Dynamite Belial, Cyclone Ragnarok, Vanish Fafnir, the pretty hard to get Roar Bahamut, Savior Valkyrie, Astral Spriggan, Guilty Longinus, the kind of debatable bay. Some people might say it's just a recolor, but I'm counting it as a mainline bay that is Savior Perseus. Also have Prominence Phoenix and Dangerous Belial. This thing is in its perfect gear state. I do have the leftover 2 armor right here. I'll just show that now, I guess. Then there is the last 2 for DB, Greatest Raphael, and then Ultimate Valkyrie. Getting into BU, we have Divine Belial in its ultimate gear state, Chain Curvius, Gatling Dragon, Zyfoot Excalibur, Zest Achilles, Wind Knight, Super Hyperion MR, King Helios MR, the BU version of Ultimate Valkyrie. Again, you could debate that it's a recolor, but I still feel like it's somewhat of an upgrade of sorts, so I'm counting it. And then the last 2 here, Burst Spriggan and Barricade Lucifer. So yeah, that's everything for DB and BU as far as the mainline stuff goes. And that's kind of it for the mainline stuff. Everything from here on out is kind of recolors or just rare bays, and I guess the anniversary stuff as well, so let's get into that. And here are the DB and BU recolors. I actually have a lot more this time. They released a lot, and I don't have most of them, but I got more than the last couple lines, which is good, I guess. So, first up from the Astral Superking Customized set, we have Cyclone Belial. Then we get to the DB All-in-One set with the recolors of Dynamite Belial and Roar Bahamut. Then the next 5, all of these here, are from Random Booster Volume 27, Devil Belial, Dynamite Valkyrie, Guilty Spriggan, Vanish Longus, and Astral Fafnir. Then we have a booster that they just released because, I don't know, I guess they just felt like it. Prominence Valkyrie. Then we have this Divine Belial. This is from the Fusion DX set, but this has the 3 armor and Belial 2 core from the Divine Belial booster, but I swapped them out for the Belial 3 core and H gear to put on my main Belial, my main Divine Belial setup to make the Ultimate Gear version. So I just threw the extra parts here. It's a lot more convoluted than it needed to be, but anyway. After that, though, we have Chain Phoenix from the Zest Achilles Customized set, and lastly, Divine Belial and Chain Kirbyus from the BU All-in-One set. So there you go. All of the recolors, and yeah, that's it for the recolored stuff here for the mainline stuff. So next up, we get into the anniversary stuff. Now we have the Bakuten Shoot remakes. So we have the main 4 Dragoon, Dronzer, Drigger, and Drasil, all in their S variants, plus Wolborg here. Then we have the main 4 again in their F variants, plus Gaia Dragoon. The main 4 again in their V variants, plus Gaia Dragoon V. And then, again, the main 4 up here with their V2 variants. So, all of them there. It's quite a lot. This ends up being kind of its own line. It's comparable to the other lines of bays, which is really interesting. But yeah, a lot of them here, which I do like this series. You know, it was nice to have some remakes, although there are a lot. But again, still cool, and I'm glad to have them at least as collector's items. And here are my Bakuten Shoot recolors. So I do have a few of them. These 4 are actually just duplicates of Dragoon S, Dragoon F, and Wolborg. They were actually my originals. These were the 2 boosters that came out way back in 2016. I guess this one's 2017, but whatever. This came in the Chouzetsu Triple Booster set, and this one I just happened to pull from Random Booster Volume 9, my Dronzer F. These 4 are all actual recolors. We have this Dragoon V and Drigger V. They were both in Random Booster Volume 22. Random Booster Volume 23 for Drasil V, and then Dragoon V2 from Random Booster 27. So, yeah, Bakuten Shoot recolors. So let's get into the final line of bays. And here we have the Metal Fight remakes. So, from the original set, we of course have Storm Pegasus, Lightning Drago, Flame Sagittario, Rock Leon, and Earth Eagle. Plus, one that kind of just goes along with them from Random Booster Volume 19 is Burn Phoenix. Then we have the Metal Fight Explosion remakes with Galaxy Pegasus, Ray Unicorno, Meteor Drago, Gravity Perseus, and Hell Curvix. So, definitely the smallest of any sort of line here. I mean, the anniversary stuff isn't really like a main line, but I guess it's still a pretty small line overall. So yeah, still pretty cool though. I like these bays quite a bit, although I don't think Hell Curvix is the best still for how they remade it. But whatever, still a cool line overall. And here are my Metal Fight remakes. Literally just the Storm Pegasus from Random Booster 23 and Galaxy Pegasus from Random Booster 27. That's it. That's all I have. I just didn't get any Metal Fight remakes, like recolors, I should say. That's it. So yeah. So with that all out of the way now, we just have parts and then the limited edition stuff, which will be very exciting. But as far as these large scale like lines and recolors and all that stuff, that's it. Now, as far as extra parts go, most of them are layers. I don't have a ton of non-layers, so here's everything else that's not a normal layer. We do have some layer parts, like bases here, with Rock and Grand from Ace Dragon, as well as a race from Venom Diablos. There's also the recolors of Infinite Sword and Infinite Shield from Random Booster Volume 22. This is actually a Sparking Ship core that came with Burn Phoenix from Random Booster Volume 19. An extra proof frame, which I had 2 of the long Bay Launcher L sets So here's just the extra one that's not on Guy Fafnir. Also have a Blitz Disc, Metal Survive, Metal Extreme from the Astral Superking Customized set. And then the L Gear, F Gear, S Gear, and V Gear, this whole recolored gear set from Random Booster Volume 27. So these are all my extra parts that are not layers, so there's going to be a few different sections for layers, so let's just go ahead and start getting through those. So first up, let's just start off with the one Remake Recolor layer that I do have, Drigger S. This one came in Random Layer Collection Volume 7. That's all I have for these layers. There was just this one. Now here are my single layers. Not many, but there are a few at least. First up is Chaos. This is actually the prize of Random Layer Collection Volume 1. The mold is actually a bit different than the other Chaos I showed earlier, so I wanted to have both. We then have this Excalibur recolor from Random Layer Collection Volume 4, as well as Neptune from Random Layer Collection Volume 6. So not many, but hey, we got a couple recolors, and Chaos I think is a pretty important one to have, so there's these, I guess. Now we have the dual layers. As you can tell, I have a ton of layers for dual layers. Well, not a ton, but quite a few. I did get a lot of random collections around this time, so from Random Layer Collection Volume 4, we do have all of the dual layers from it. Well, I have it from everything from 4 through 8 here, so for 4, we do have Storm Spraying, Rising Ragnarok, Wild Wyvern, and the prize Exceed Evil Eye. From 5, we have Dark Death Scyther, Jaeger, Unlock Unicorn, Nova Neptune, and the prize Madman Boros. The only one here that is all dual layers for the random collection. From Volume 6, we have Quetzalcoatl, Beast Behemoth, and Psychic Phantom. Volume 7, Fang Fenrir and Gaia, and Volume 8, Inferno Ifrit and Acid Anubis. So there are those. They're all of my dual layers, so quite a few of them, honestly, so there you go. Now we have the God layers. Not as many, but still a few. From Volume 6, Random Layer Collection Volume 6, we do have Guardian Kirbyus, which is the prize. Volume 7, we have Christ Satan, as well as the prize Twin Nemesis, and then also from Volume 8, Killer Death Scyther, Maximum Garuda, and the prize Screw Trident. So there are the God layers. All of them are pretty nice. I actually like all the prizes a lot with how they look, so yeah, there's those. Now we have the GT layers. So I do have Random Collections Volumes 2 and 3 here, at least some things from them. So for Volume 2 we have this one here. This is Ace Joker. We have Rock Valkyrie, Bushin Hydra, and Poison Hydra. And for Volume 3 we have, Venom Pegasus, Venom Hydra, Judgment Ashura, and Knockout Odin. So I do want to highlight Poison Hydra and Knockout Odin here. These are actually kinda mainline Beys. I almost considered mentioning them in the segment when I talked about Mainline GT Beys, but I decided to wait for the layers since I'm already kind of doing things a little bit disjointed with excluding certain motifs because they're limited editions, so I figure I'll just exclude these as well since they're just layers. Yeah, these never got proper stock combos, which is very unfortunate, but yeah, they're the only two like this. Well, kind of. We'll get to another one later, but the most normal two like this that really should have had stock combos. I don't know why they didn't, but yeah, I guess here they are. And last but certainly not least, this is the last layer I have that's not a limited edition part. This is Hollow Ragnarok 1 Defense, a sparking layer. This was from the Zest Achilles customized set, and yep, it's the final layer I have, so everything from here on out will be limited editions. This is a pretty nice layer, just the one, so no DB stuff to talk about here. I don't think there were really DB layers released on their own without, well, unless they're limited edition anyway, so I guess that's kind of that, but yeah. So now onto the limited edition stuff. Alright, now we get to the limited editions. So I'm going to be going through every single thing one at a time. I feel like that feels fine for the limited edition stuff. There's not a ton, so it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. So I'm going to go by category. Some of these might be wrong. There's a couple things here I'm not entirely sure of how they were distributed, so sorry if I'm wrong on anything here. There's a couple that I'll point out. But first up, we have things that you were kind of given if you bought a certain amount of products. So they did some campaigns where if you bought X amount of stuff worth X amount of yen, they'd give you kind of a free bonus. The first of which being this God Valkyrie, which is really, really nice. This is a Holy Knight version of God Valkyrie. Really cool, not that rare, but just something that's cool to talk about. This one I'm genuinely not sure about, but I think that's what this was, but I could also be very wrong. This might have been like a Koro Koro thing. I'm not sure where this really belongs, but it's the Devil Blade. So there's a Devil Blade. I am a little bit unsure of the origins of it, but I think it might have been like one of the gift things, but I'm not sure about it, so here it is regardless, though. Next up, we have sort of the WBBA store exclusives. There's a lot of these, but I only have 2 of them. So the first one is the Blaze Ragnarok Red version. So really, really cool bay. Looks nice here. So, and the other one, of course, I had to have this one. Astral Hello Kitty, the most recent one, and it looks very cool. It's technically a unique motif, Hello Kitty, so I could have counted this with the DB stuff, but I wanted to put it here. A few others like that, but anyway. There it is, Astral Hello Kitty. Next up, we have bays that you get from buying games. So with a 3DS game, I believe this came with, that is Amaterios Platinum version. So looks really cool. Really nice version of Amaterios. Yeah, very cool. Next up, we have the Bay Terminal stuff. So if you had points through the Bay Terminal, you could exchange them for some prizes. I have a layer here. I don't have the full combo, unfortunately, but I have the layer, if I can find it, there we go, of Dark Balder. Just the layer, unfortunately, but there it is. So, an actual full bay, though, is the dark version of Amaterios. So, really, really nice. I like this one a lot. Really cool version of Amaterios, honestly, so. Yeah, anyway. Next up, World Hobby Fair stuff. I have a couple World Hobby Fair things. Not many at all, but this is something that you can get through the World Hobby Fair. It's a little bit more obscure, but it's the Shiny Amaterios Burning version. There's a random layer, not random layer, random booster version that looks very similar to this, but it is a bit different. This is the original that was based on. And the only other thing I have was a starter from World Hobby Fair, and that is Superking Requiem Gold Axe version. Very, very cool bay. Now we get to Koro Koro stuff. So we're going to start off with kind of the layers and stuff that I have. We're going to start off with one that I genuinely don't know the origins of, which I think it was Koro Koro, but again, I could be wrong here. It might be similar to like the Devil Blade or something, but that's First Uranus. So when I was talking about Poison Hydra and Knockout Odin, I mentioned one other bay, well, layer, I guess, that sort of didn't have a proper combo. This is it, but it kind of makes more sense for First Uranus to not have a combo, but still worth mentioning it anyway. And I guess there was like the anime and manga combos, but they didn't come with it, so still not really a proper combo. Next up, I think this was a Koro Koro gift of sorts. I think these next 2 both are. We have a Red Tornado Wyvern. Very, very cool layer. And the Christmas version of Amaterios. Another very cool layer. Next up, we have just a few randomly assorted Koro Koro mail order bays. The first of which being a Golden Dragoon S. Really nice bay here. We also have the Gold God Bay. A Zillion Zeus recolor. Also very cool. Then we have the Shadow Bays. Shadow Orichalcum, a somewhat altered version of Orichalcum with different parts. And, of course, Shadow Amaterios, an altered version of Shiny Amaterios with different parts. Of course, being the first bay to have Extreme Dash, very important part. This, I'm not entirely sure if it was from Koro Koro or if it was like a mall order exclusive. So this one's the last thing here that I might be wrong on, but it's the God Premium set, which comes with 3 different bays. The first of which being God Valkyrie Amethyst version, which is very, very cool. After this, we have Christ Satan Emerald version. Not very emerald looking to me, but fine enough. It looks very cool regardless. And the last one in the set, Blaze Ragnarok Sapphire version. So, there's that. And our last Koro Bey that I own, we have the one kind of unique motif from it, Duo Eclipse. Really cool Bey. One of my favorites still. I really like this Bey a lot. I do have the extra parts for it. You have the extra god ships here for Apollos and Artemis, as well as the other halves as well. So if you wanted to remake Duo Apollos and Duo Artemis, you could. And now we get to the rare Bey Get Battle Beys. These have a lot of kind of unique motifs or evolutions, so let's go ahead and start off with them. We have Amaterios, the first one of the bunch. Very, very cool Bey. Very glad to have this one. It's really, really cool looking. Classic, of course. Next one is Balder. Really nice. Then we have Orichalcum. And then we have the last actual Bey that they did. After this, they kind of shifted to layers and stuff, and not all of them were really fully new, but the last actual Bey, Shining Amaterios. And I do have one of the layers, actually the most recent one, and that is Dynamite Perseus, with the 6 armor, of course. Really nice layer to have. May eventually go back for the others, we'll see, but as of now, this is the one that I do have. Alright, next up we have these two sort of collab lottery Beys. These aren't lottery Beys as in like the super limited ones, but they did these kind of collabs where they would give you these like tickets. It was like a gacha thing, I think, and you could kind of win prizes, and there were some Beys in these prizes, so I have 2 of these. There are a couple others, but I don't have them. So the 2 I have, though, we have this Rising Ragnarok right here, which is really cool. I think this is like, what, the blue version? Or I think it's dark gold version or something. I think that's the name. Dark gold version. Pretty sure. And, of course, Dark Death Scyther Mirage Clear version. Both of these are pretty uncommon Beys. I feel like I never really see people talk about them, so definitely nice to have both of them. Next up we have the G4 Beys. These are kind of tournament prize type of Beys, so I have 2 of them. The first of which being Blaze Ragnarok Premium Red version. Really nice Bey. Looks very cool. Got the gold WBBA god ship, and it actually came with 2 other god ships. You have, let me grab them here. It's the silver one and then the bronze one. So there are both of those. And then we have the other one I have here, Bushin Ashura Flame Prison version. Very, very cool Bey. Definitely one of my favorites in my collection. And with all that said, I have one final burst Bey to talk about, my sole lottery Bey, the one that I have, and that is this. Spriggan Requiem Flame Axe version. My one lottery Bey. Will I get more? Maybe at some point, but I don't have plans on it right now, but this thing is very, very cool and very rare, so I believe there are 1,000 of these total. They're still findable right now. I got this one for like $80, although I think it's already gone up to like 200 at this point, last I checked, but I think in the future they're going to be even worse, worth hundreds, if not maybe even above $1,000. We'll see. So yeah, there you go. Those are all of my sort of rare-ish bays, mostly just like B00 stuff, so I want to talk about those individually, but yeah. That's everything. That's my entire Beyblade Burst collection that I've accumulated over like 8 years. Yeah, I will say this collection video would have been way more underwhelming if I had not gone back about 3 years ago to kind of get a lot of things I skipped over, and I actually got everything that I wanted. All of the mainline stuff. I have every mainline bay, so that's pretty nice. So I got all of that. Got a lot of extra stuff, like some rare bays, like this one on screen here. Was able to get a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's my collection. I'm sure I'll get more Burst stuff over time, but I think if I do another collection video, it'd be in the far future after I've like really just kind of stopped with Burst. I feel like. But yeah, that is my Burst collection. Hopefully it was good. I think I had a decent amount of stuff here. Maybe not as much as like some people would have, but I still think it was a pretty large-ish collection, which is cool. So there you go. That is everything. So anyways, that's about it for this video. So thanks for watching, and bye-bye.